Martin Stone, Paxton Music and Life blog. And we're back again with another one. Now, I know y'all used to wanting to see my face all the time, but today we're focusing on the story. We're going to wait for a few more people to get in here. Who's in here? Let's see who's in here. We'll wait for some more people to get in. Let me see. We got Bridget. What's happy Sunday, Bridget? Happy Sunday, Bridget. What's happening? Let me see. I'm trying to see who else is in there. Let me know what city you're in as you're coming in, you guys. Let me know what city you guys are coming in from, okay? Before we get started, we're going to wait for some more people to get in here, and then we're going to get started. Can you guys hear me well? Can everybody hear me good? Can you hear me good? Can you hear me good? Let me know you can hear my voice. Okay, you guys can hear me good. What's up, lThe? Malara, what's happening? Boss lady in the house. Florida's in the house. lThe, where you from? Y'all got to name those cities coming in. What's up, boss lady? Yeah, Kimberly's in the house. Okay, good. You can hear the music in the background too, you guys? We have a great story today, man. It's a very sad one, but it's a great story because I am making sure that I give great writers, arrangers, and producers their flowers. St. Louis is in the house. Valerie is in the house. What's up, Valerie? St. Louis. We got 2 St. Louis's in the house. Oh, smack. Oh, so when I set that show up, I know we got a couple St. Louis's in the house. Call some up. What's up, family? Indianapolis, Indiana in the house. Cosimo's in the house. Hello. Yeah, share the live, you guys, before we get started. Let's get this live up. Make sure you come in hitting the thumbs up. Hitting the thumbs up, you guys. Share the live so we can get these numbers up, y'all. I mean, this story is heartbreaking. Indiana in the house. Kimberly, what's up, Kimberly? Wow. We got some folks coming in. Kimberly's in the house. Kimberly, I haven't seen you in a minute. Shout out to St. Louis in the house. Let's get the numbers up, you guys. Hit those hearts and hit those thumbs up as you are coming into the live, please. Thank you. Holly's in the house. Hit that thumbs up, Holly, as you're coming in, please. Happy Sunday, T-Rex. What's up? My family, my regular crew is coming in. Let's go, y'all. Born and raised in St. Louis, lThe said. My cousin is an attorney in St. Louis, you guys. My young cousin, he's an attorney in St. Louis. He's a big cousin now, but I still think of him as the little cousin. Share the live, you guys. We're about to go in. This story is such a sad story, man. It's just such a sad story. It really is. I'm not even going to act like it isn't, you know. When I think about it, it's heartbreaking when I think about this story, you guys. Is the music too loud, you guys? Or is it just perfect? It's for all my happy people. When I think about this story, you guys, it's a very, very sad story, man. I just can't stop saying that. What side in St. Louis? Are you talking to each other, Valerie? Listen. Everybody wants to be in the music industry. It seems to be a new thing. Seems to be this new thing that everybody wants to be in the entertainment industry. Mystique, can you hear my music in the background? How does it sound? Is it too loud? Oh, they on there having a good old conversation. Everybody wants to be in the music industry, but not everybody understands what you're going to go through in the music industry. There's just a lot of things you're going to deal with in the music industry that are not going to be the things that you're going to feel like is going to be on your side or work in your favor. I want you all to understand that. For all the aspiring artists and the OGs that are already in the game, that are trying to find their way back and their footage in this business, it's a very complicated business. Shazamay, blessed UK in the house. She said, bless Sunday, Stone and Mods. Happy Sunday, you guys. Happy Sunday, man. Oh, y'all neighbors. Yeah, so when I come to St. Louis, when I do that St. Louis show, I know I'm gonna have my folks that are gonna come out. Righteous Daughter's in the house. What's up, Righteous Daughter? I don't know if you're a new subscriber. Welcome to the channel. This conversation is about Andrea Martin, Andrea Nicole Martin, singer-songwriter, one of the most incredible singer-songwriters. Are you not a subscriber, Righteous Daughter? Are you new to this channel? Your first time? Usually I show my face, but I'm on and off with my face. We have great conversations here. So welcome, and if you're not, hopefully you become a subscriber to this channel. This lady was one of the most prolific. Okay, got you, Righteous Daughter. Okay, got you. One of the most prolific African-American female songwriters. Let me tell you something, you guys. You've heard tons of songs that she has written. Let's get into her story. Share this live as I continue to talk. Andrea Monica Martin, born April 14, 1972, September 27, was an American R&B singer-songwriter. Born in New York City, Martin was one of 6 children. Reginald Martin Sr. and Mavis Martin grew up in East New York, Brooklyn, graduated in 1999 from Florel H. LaGuardia High School of Music and Arts and Performing Arts, where she studied voice inspired by Michael Jackson. She wanted to be a singer and songwriter from childhood, which is amazing. Her quest started when she was a kid, y'all. So it was destined for her to be a songwriter. Prices said, great conversation over. What's up? What's up, Prices? Yes, listen, Prices, let me tell you something. You know who mentioned her to me was Angie Stone, because I'll be honest with you, and a few other people in the industry. But the reason why I did this story was my good friend, Chill, Brother Chill, he sent me this pretty much to do a story about her. And I thanked him because surely I want everybody to acknowledge all of our great African-American songwriters that don't get love. She was like Angie, you guys. And her and Angie were really good friends as well. Her and Angie were friends as well. She wrote hits for Angie as well. But her spirit, and if you look at her picture, tell me she doesn't remind you of Angie. Tell me that she does not remind you of Angie. Her swag and everything, her vibe. I see why her and Angie got along so well. And when she passed, there was only a few celebrities that acknowledged her, and Angie was one of them. There was only like 3 celebrities that really talked about her passing, and Angie Stone was one of them. You see the love that Angie gave? She respected people. She loved people. Andrea Martin was that kind of person. She was that kind of person, you guys. Okay, let's get back into it. Martin was writing songs and appearing at amateur night at the Apollo before she graduated. She sang in the she sang in the lobbies of office buildings to try to catch the attention of music publishers. Sound like some stories of mine a little bit. Located here in the early 1990s, she was signed as a songwriter for Run Door Music, which is a music publishing company. Starting in 1995 with Before You Walk Out of My Life, a hit song that she wrote for Monica. How many people even know who wrote the song for Monica? None of you guys knew. No, Sharon, what's up, Sharon? Good afternoon. I thought that was, yes, I know. Doesn't it look like Angie, Sharon? Oh, well, yeah, she wrote for Angie too. She penned a #1 hit for Monica called Before You Walk Out of My Life. And believe me, this girl could sing too. Andrea Martin, she could sing. She could sing. She wrote that hit song for Monica. She became known for writing hit songs, usually with partners, in particular Ivan Mateus, a high school classmate with whom she wrote 1997, You're the One, and #1 hit for SWV. Look at that. She wrote You're the One for Come on, y'all. This lady wrote some smashes, just starting with those 2. Those 3. No, excuse me, those 2. Right? Because you know that SWV song still gets a lot of play on radio. Other artists who charted with songs she wrote were In Vogue, Don't Let Go, another crazy smash. Tony Braxton, I Love Me Some Him, another smash. Angie Stone, Wish I Didn't Miss You. That song from Angie resonates with me, man, into my heart. It dug so deep. I'm so sad. Yeah, lThe, great songs, right? Great songs, Priceless. Thank you, boss lady. Thank you. Yeah, she has to be recognized. Now, here's the crazy part about it is Angie mentioned her name to me. I never thought to ask more questions about it, right? Because I was asking about different songs that had been written, what songs she had written, right? I had no idea that Andrea Martin had written this song for Angie. That's one of my favorite songs, man. Wish I Didn't Miss You Any, man. That song is one of my favorite songs. All of the songs she's written. Okay, let's keep going. Melanie Fiora, Give It To Me Right. She wrote that. These are all these songs are like some of my favorite songs. The UK hit songs also included Leona Lewis, Better in Time, Another Lewis, Be Alone No More, Breathe by Blue Dang, she wrote Breathe by Blue Cantrell, you guys. Roast Maga, what's up, family? Yeah, I heard you something. Thanks for the video. I messaged you back, brother. I messaged you back. I think your Indian song can work, brother. I think you should put it out. I like the video you sent me of you playing guitar, too. Pricer said, wow. Yeah, Roast Maga, sounds good, man. You need to go ahead and put that stuff out. Righteous Daughter said, when I worked at Tiffany's in Manhattan, as young ladies would go to Apollo every weekdays after work, Mike Tyson tried to bag me up one night. Righteous say Mike tried to hook up with you, right? Righteous. Okay, so let's keep going, you guys. So she got In Vogue, we got Toni Braxton. All right, we got Leona Lewis. Man, she's just kicking butt. Be Alone No More. Breathe by Blue Cantrell featuring Sean Paul. Loneliness by Tom Kraft. She also wrote non-charting singles for artists including Paloma Faith, Trouble With My Baby, Nelly, Fly Away. Wow, she wrote Nelly's Fly Away. Interesting. Wow, she wrote Nelly's Fly Away. RBD, Wanna Play, and Jennifer Hudson, I Still Love You. Wow. It's crazy, you guys. Rose Maga, your voice sounded great, brother. That's why I'm telling you, focus. You need to go ahead and put some music out now. Did you like my voice? Do you think I can go ahead in music industry? What if I come to US and make some music? I think you can make music anywhere, brother Rose Maga. Whether in India or in America, just make sure your music stays true to who you are, and you're good to go. But I like your voice. Yeah, brother. I think you can. It'll work in the Indian community. It could work. Just you got to really put together some great songs, brother. But you got it, man. Listen, she was less known as a singer. Here's the thing: she was a great songwriter, but she was less known as a singer, performing primarily as a background singer and later as a featured artist in the 1990s. She was signed as an artist by Arista in the 1990s. She released her only album, The Best of Me, in 1998. It was not a success, which is sad, you guys, because she was not only a great vocalist, but she was a great performer. But the single, Let Me Return the Favor, reached number 82 on the Billboard Hot 100. And her single, Share the Love, was remixed for clubs and reached number 4 on the Billboard dance charts in 1999. Also, 1999, she appeared in concert with BET's Girls Night Out. I know you guys got to remember that. I remember seeing that. Headlining with the Arista artist label mates Deborah Cox, Faith Evans, Monica, and Shanice. I want you to understand, number 82 on Billboard's a big deal because you made it in the top 100, you guys. So I've been on projects that have charted in the Billboard's top 100. When you can make Billboard's top 100, it's a pretty big deal. Rose Maga say, you inspired me, brother. Yeah, Rose, don't stop, man. Music has no age limit on the Roast Maga. Just remember that. Music has no age limit. I want to buy Basic Studio 7. Which one do you suggest? I'll email you what I suggest, brother. Okay? You just need a nice laptop like a Mac and some speakers. KRK speakers and an audio box like a UAD. And then you ready to roll. Righteous Daughter said, you can see me now. Yes. I do see the picture, Righteous Daughter. Let me see. I see it. Yes, I see your picture now. You say he was trying to connect, huh? Old Tyson was trying to connect. Hopefully you subscribe to my channel, Righteous. Paxton said you got to show her the original OG. Paxton, what'd you say, family? Paxton 8 Ted said you got to show her the original OG. Bryson said it is true. She didn't get her publishing credit for Show Me Love. Listen, let me tell you guys something. This is what I'm disappointed about. Righteous daughter, you're hilarious. This woman penned all of these hits. We're going to go over one by one, right? But do you know that they were taking her name off the credits of the albums, y'all? Do you guys understand they were taking her name off the credits of the albums? Although in the contracts it was stated she was writing these, but when you would see the credits of the album, she wasn't even credited on a lot of the hits she wrote. They were stealing her credit. This is what breaks my heart. And if they were stealing her credit 9 times out of 10, that also means they were stealing her publishing. You guys do know that, right? Thanks for prayers. We need them May 16th history. It's way sad. Mika said they did her messed up. Mika, listen, let me tell you something. I don't know if Brother Chill is on here, but he said something to me yesterday that I have always thought. It always seems to be weird with the black songwriters, in particular, and y'all got to rock with me on this. In particular, the darker the songwriters are, the female songwriters are, to sing, the more fucked up they do them. Now, I know you guys probably thinking, dang, Stone, like that sounds weird and strange. But I promise you, there's some sort of weird pattern that's going on with songwriters who are black and who are the women that are darker. Seem like they go through the worst shit. And I just don't think this is a coincidence, you guys. I'm sorry. I just don't think it's a coincidence. To me, it's just rather strange how talented Angie was, how talented this young lady was. And this is the outcome for her not to get credit, for people to walk over her. I'm sure her publishing was getting taken. I can almost promise you. I'm actually going to reach out to some of her family members and see if I can have a conversation with them, because I can promise you, I wish she was still here so I can have a conversation with her, but I promise you they probably were stealing her publishing. If they're taking your credit, they're stealing your publishing. That's just how that works. It works hand in hand, you guys. Paxton said on Doc, I watched in a documentary, she said she actually had a cold while recording the Show Me Love. Yes, she did. And we're going to talk about that too, because I know her and I know who she penned that song for. And there was a dispute. There was a discrepancy over who was on that song, that her vocals were still left on that song. And supposedly they both had a cold when they were cutting it. The story sounds so familiar. It's kind of like who to believe. I'm not saying we shouldn't believe Andrea, but it's just weird that she said that and then the singer said the same thing, that she had a cold too. I don't know. It's just weird when those stories like that pop up. It's always weird to me. But I listened to it because their vocals sounded so much alike. Her and Robin, the vocals sound so much alike, it's really hard to tell who's who. But there was an argument that Andrea's voice was still on the original demo and they never took it off. Shaza May say it's most probably facts. Listen, there's definitely a pattern with the darker songwriters that seems to happen versus the lighter songwriters. I don't know. I can't tell you what it is and why, but it is. Okay, here it is, you guys. Peak chart position. Some of the songs she wrote. Let Me Return the Favor, 1998. It peaked number 82 on the U.S. charts, number 32 on the R&B charts. Share the Love reached number 9 in 1999, reached number 4 on the U.S. dance charts. Middle of the Night, 2006. That one didn't chart. I Still Love You, 2011, with Switch, number 55 in Belgium. Someone Loves You, Honey. That one didn't chart. It was a non-album release, I guess. We Are One with CJ Fly, 2016. That one didn't chart. Without You with TSCTS and Boston Bun, it didn't chart. That's 2021. Sell It All featuring Andrea Martin, Queen Latifah, charted 105 in the USA, 51 on the R&B charts in the USA, which is a big deal. Because you guys know I've charted in the top 10 on R&B charts in the USA. USA Dance charted number 43, Germany number 11, New Zealand 65. Money Talks, Lil Kim featuring Andre Martin 1997. That one didn't chart, it says. The More I Love, MFF featuring Andre Martin, number 12 on the US dance charts. So What, Antigen featuring Andrea Martin, it didn't chart. Story of My Life featuring Andrea Martin, it didn't chart. Higher Ground, which is sad, which means the label probably wasn't promoting this stuff. Higher Ground, it didn't chart. No More, it didn't chart. This Ain't Love. And I think these are all the ones that she was either featured on or she was an artist on. Toddle T featuring Andrea, yeah, she's featured on this. It didn't chart, 2016. Right Now, Rudy O. Brody featuring Andrea Martin and A Dot. It was a demo. So why they would put a demo on there that was never released? Live Forever featuring Andre Martin, didn't chart. Only For a Man Like You, Antigen featuring Andrea Martin, it didn't chart. All I Want. I wonder why they have all these records on here that haven't charted. I'm not concerned with the ones that haven't charted. So let's go to the ones that charted. Goodness gracious. This makes no sense, really. Okay, now, so they had a list of the ones that she appeared on albums with, but all those she had not charted on. Now, the ones that I read earlier as lead artists are the ones that solo that came out that charted on her. All right, so she's had, let me see, 2 songs on her solo stuff that charted. Featured projects, she's had 2 songs that charted. And let's see, the actual charts of records that have charted. Now, this list is pretty long. Okay, here we go. Before You Walk Out of My Life, number 1 on the R&B charts. Number 7 on the R&B charts. Number 22 on the UK charts. That was Monica, right? All I Can Do by Tina Moore, number 48 on the R&B charts. 1995, Anything, Jay Quest, number 94 on the R&B charts. Hooked on You, Silk. Oh, I didn't even know she wrote Hooked on You. Y'all see what I'm saying? She wrote Hooked on You by Silk. She was killing, you guys, she was smashing the writer game. She wrote Hooked on You by Silk, which charted number 12 on the R&B charts, number 54 on the hot R&B charts. It's All About You, Adina Howard. See, I didn't even know she wrote that. Number 58. She was pinning to the paper, you guys. Number 58 on the R&B charts. You Are the One, SWV. It reached number 1 on the R&B charts, number 5 on the Hot 100. Only Love, the Braxtons, number 52 on the R&B charts, top 100. 1996, I Got Somebody Else, Changing Faces. She wrote the Changing Faces cut. I didn't even know she wrote that. Number 49 on the R&B chart, you guys. Her and Angie remind me so much of each other. They remind, brother Chill, what's up? Greetings, Stone, bro, Stone, I'm on deck. Had a fix a veggie smoothie. Good. Listen, you guys, so I want you to understand that William Johnson, that's my brother right there, Brother Chill. He's the reason why I did this story today. He came to me, he said, listen, and he didn't know that I knew who she was and I knew her. And I was like, oh, Angie mentioned her to me, but I never got to meet her. And when he sent me the story, I had heard about her through the years, but just never met her, right? Never got a chance to really get close and have a conversation. Had the opportunities, but didn't. And I was like, oh yeah, we got to make sure we keep our Black songwriters' names out there, the ones that have written all these great songs, and even the ones that haven't. But he said something, once again, like I was saying earlier, he said something that hit me straight in my heart. Something that I had thought many years, something that I had actually shared with Angie when she was sharing with me all the stuff that she had went through. He said, I think it's weird, Brother Stone, that it seems like it's something about the Black female songwriters. Like this is by design. I said, dang, I said, Brother Chill, that's crazy because I've always said that. I've noticed that pattern. He said the same thing. He said, it's a pattern. I say, bro, we're on the same page. I do feel there's some sort of weird pattern because why is this always happening to the Black songwriters, and particularly the ones that are dark? Men and women. Now, I'm not making this up. If you follow the trail, it's the same way with the black male songwriters as it is with the black female songwriters. They never get recognition. They never get their just due. People are stealing their songs. People are taking their publishing. And I can bet you her publishing was getting taken. I can promise you they were already taking the credit on albums. Her name wasn't listed on a lot of records that she did, though it was listed in the contracts. For some reason, it wasn't showing up on some of the credits, a lot of the credits of the albums. Mika said, shame. Listen to all these hits that she's written. Who knew about Changing Faces? The Braxtons? I didn't. Adina Howard, I didn't. And I'm the kind of guy who reads credits of albums, but I didn't see her name on some of those credits. Because this is the game they do. This is the game they play in the music industry. I Got Somebody, Changing Faces, number 49. Sell It Off, Organized, featuring Queen Latifah. She wrote that. Can't Let Go, Larnay, number 20 on the R&B charts, 55 on the Hot 100. I Love Me Some Him, Toni Braxton, number 9 on the R&B charts, number 19 on the Hot 100. Don't Let Go, Love, in Vogue, number 1 on the R&B charts, number 2 on the Hot 100. She was penning to paper like crazy, you guys. She was penning to paper like crazy. Once again, it's all about you. SWV, number 32 on R&B charts, number 61 on the Hot R&B. And all of these records were charting. Understand that. That makes a difference. That puts her in the top 5 songwriting category. There's no way she should have not been properly been taken care of and getting her credit. Let Me Return the Favor, Andrea Martin. Now, here we go. Let Me Return the Favor, her single, charted 82, and then on the R&B charts, and number 32 on the Hot 100. Stay, Room Service. She had another one, number 63. So she had 2 that hit on the R&B charts from her solo album. She had 2 top charting records, 2 top charting singles on that album, I'm sorry, that charted in the top 100. Check this out, though. And that was 1998. 1999, Still in My Heart, Tracy Spencer. I love that song. It charted number 36 on the R&B charts, number 88 on the top 100, and number 39 in the UK. Blue Cantrell Breathe, 83 on the R&B charts, number 70 on the Hot 100, number 17 in the UK, number 1 in New Zealand. Loneliness, a remake of Share the Love, Tom Kraft, that charted in New Zealand, number 1. Make Things Right, Before You Walk Out of My Life, Lemon Jelly, number 33 in the New Zealand top 100. I Wasn't Kidding, Angie Stone. See, now she wrote I Wasn't Kidding. I didn't even know that. She wrote I Wasn't Kidding. That charted in the UK at number 17 for Angie Stone. She wrote that. Better in Time, Leona Lewis, number 11 on the Hot 100, number 2 in New Zealand. Give It to Me by Melanie Fiona, 57 USA, 41 New Zealand. It Kills Me, Melanie Fiona, number 1 USA, 49 USA Hot 100. Face Drop, Sean Kingston. See, I didn't even know she did that one. Face Drop, number 61 on the Hot 100, number 66 in New Zealand. Lose to Win, Fantasia. See, there we go. There's another one, you guys. Lose to Win by Fantasia. Who knew that she wrote that? Number 39 in the top 100 USA, number 102 in the Hot 100. I didn't even know she wrote that. It's crazy. This is just ridiculously crazy. Think about it. Naughty Boy featuring Wiz Khalifa and Ella Irie, number 78 New Zealand. Love Revolution, Enterprising, Share the Love, Will Young, number 103 in New Zealand. More Than Friends, Don't Let Go, James Hype featuring Kelly Lay, number 8 New Zealand. Y'all. Sad part about it is nobody knows how she passed away, you guys. Just, she after her album didn't do what it should have done, I think she got rather discouraged, and she stepped back and continued to songwrite because that was her bread and butter. But as far as her being an artist, she had kind of not really given up, but I think she was like, man, in the music industry, they're all about looks. If you don't look a certain way, They feel like you don't fit the par. They're not willing to put marketing dollars into you as an artist. They don't want to spend the money to market you. Her problem was the labels were never interested in her as an artist because they felt like she didn't have the look. They felt like she didn't have the look, you guys. That just breaks my heart. She didn't get her just due. She didn't get her respect, man. Stories like this, just, we gotta share. I mean, who would have known? And we go around listening to these songs and nobody ever asked, I wonder who wrote this song. We turn on the radio, nobody ever asked, man, let me go look up and see who wrote this. There were only 3 people that acknowledged her when she passed. It was Blue Cantrell, Angie Stone, Blue Cantrell, and I forgot the third person that actually posted about it and talked about it. Yet we listen to her songs every day on the radio. And this continues to happen to artists, and it will continue to happen until somebody puts a stop to it. Until somebody says, you know what, man? We need to create a songwriters union, a real songwriters union that protects songwriters from people stealing their credit. Miko said, I had no idea she wrote most of these songs. I didn't either, Mika, and I'm in this business. I knew who she was, but I never knew she wrote all of these records. Because if you go look up a lot of these records, her name's not in the credits, but it was in the contracts. Boss Lady said, these artists should be mentioning this also. They make people think it's all. Listen, Boss Lady, that's one of the stories of my life. I write a lot of records for people, right? Angie always gave credit to the people that wrote for her because she knows what it feels like. I get a lot of artists I've written songs for, and they won't mention it. It's almost like you got to fight as a songwriter and even producer. I've had people steal my producer credits. I've had to fight with female artists who have stolen my producer credits, saying they produced the records I produced. Through the years, I've went through that. I just want y'all to understand, there's a lot of stuff that I've worked on from the late 80s up to now, having publishing deals that I didn't get credit for, that was taken from me. Boss Lady, yeah, it needs to be a real union that protects writers and producers. Writers and producers need to come together to be protected. I mean, the film industry got a union, SAG, that protects the, of course, some of the songwriters try to, the musicians union. But to me, certain unions don't properly protect songwriters, because if that was the case, songwriters wouldn't still be getting robbed. Certain musicians unions that say they protect artists, some of these publishing companies, they don't protect them because they're in the business of making money and they're a non-for-profit organization. They don't care. Matter of fact, if you got an issue with a song, Brenda says, Stone, do you write artists? Do white artists have problems with their? Nope, they don't. Y'all want to know the interesting part about this? I'll share a few things with you guys. That's a great question, Brenda. Thank you. Baby Love, Andrea Martin was born on April. Yes, she was. Baby Love, you don't have to mention when she was born. I already mentioned it. Thank you. Don't come up in my channel trying to speak for me. I appreciate you, Baby Love, but I don't need a commentator. That's what my moderators are for. That's their job. Thank you, though, Baby Love. I appreciate you. I already said when she was born, when I came in. There go Baby Love, y'all. Baby Love like doing that. Listen, Brenda, let me say something. White artists do not go through this. Not only that, let me tell you what happens on pop records. You can have a pop record. Another thing that happens with black artists, you can have 5 black artists in the studio. They're going to fight over what percentages, who gets what. Like when me and Alan McNeil from Troop write records, right? I split it down the middle with Al. It doesn't matter if he wrote it, I produced it, it doesn't matter. We split everything down the middle. If it's 3 of us, we split it 3 ways equally. That's how I do with my people. That's how the white folks do with the pop records. If they're in the room, they do that. Only black writers fight over percentages. And in the end, none of them end up really getting none, or one ends up robbing one more than the other one. Boss Lady said, this is what you call a smooth criminal. Michael Jackson said, yeah, facts. Well, thank you, Baby Love. I appreciate that. And you know I appreciate you because you haven't been on here in a while, so it's good to see you. Andrea Martin was an awesome person, but I want you to understand, here's another black writer that was being robbed of her credit. Leanne say, then there's no safety net. There's no source of anything that protects artists like this. I can't understand this, and it also sounds illegal. Doesn't sound right. It is completely illegal. You got to understand, we spend our time writing these songs. It doesn't matter if an artist has triple platinum hits. Look how many years she went having no hits on solo projects, and some artists that she had that she didn't have hits, but she was constantly writing. And for the ones that were making money, now all these songs in her list are making crazy money now, right? There should be insurance for artists. Now you can go out and take out an insurance policy, which is going to cost you crazy money to cover yourself as an artist or writer in case you end up not getting work. But I don't know quite how it works. I looked up a couple insurance companies, asked them questions. Could I take out insurance in case things get tough as a writer, producer, artist? And they looked at me like I was crazy. So there's not a company that's quite for artists that has this 401k plan for artists for the future insurance, just like you would have a job, right? And you get a pension. Artists should be able to get pensions. There's none of that set up. So these artists make all these great hits and then they end up broke at the end of their life. It shouldn't be that way. And that's the reason why I will not sell any of my publishing. Every song I create, I will keep control of my publishing for the rest of my life as long as I can control it while I'm on this earth. I will not sell my publishing, no matter how tough times get. That is an artist's bread and butter. And as you build your catalog, the future value of that publishing continues to grow. Leanne said, if you work at a job, they contribute to, and that's how, yeah. I mean, and these are some of the changes they're trying, like New York has passed this working wage law for musicians, right? New York is already they're like on board with it. If we can get every state on board with it, it's going to give independent artists a working wage, no matter what. Independent artists and major artists that end up losing everything they have as far as like their career is no longer working should be able to still put out records and make a living, just like if you worked at McDonald's. How is it that we can make all this great music, but you know, these artists that are broke can't even make money equivalent to a person working at a McDonald's? They're paying $20 an hour at McDonald's now. An artist should be able to make that independently, but because Spotify and these other streaming companies take so much money, it makes no sense. And then the percentage is the 0.1. How can you get paid money when you're making such a low royalty rate? Leon said, if you work a job, they contribute. Yes, they do. How can you make money when you're getting paid such a low royalty rate, you guys? You can't even survive. Leon said, there's pensions, like you said, and at least you have something for the future and for it to help you to survive. Without that, it's just all your favorite artists. I just want you guys to understand. I could name 15 artists right now that you guys would not think is broke. I'm talking about broke, barely have a place to live, barely have a roof over their head. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not making this up. For real. This is the truth. Hold on, you guys. There's artists I know, if I mention to you right now, your jaw would drop. When you're struggling as an artist, all artists have to come together. I make sure I'm one of the ones where I come together and I help as many people as I can that I can help at that particular time. Terrell said, basic economics money doesn't grow on trees. Nope, it sure doesn't. Terrell said, always trade-offs. But Terrell, it's not really a trade-off. Because if artists would be paid what they're supposed to be paid, they would have the money to be set up properly. The 0.0% shit is bullshit. They've been robbing us for centuries and it has to stop. There's no way. I mean, I want y'all to think about this. Let's do apples and oranges, right? Right now, any one of you guys can go work at McDonald's. You know you're gonna make your $20 an hour, especially in Cali. I don't know if every state's kicked that in. You got your $20 an hour in Cali, right? McDonald's we're talking about. Some people's like, yo, 20 an hour, that's super crazy amazing. But then you get an artist put an album out and they barely getting streams and they're spending more money in the studio and they can't even make that money back. I feel sorry for some independent artists, especially the ones that haven't figured out. I feel sorry for some major artists that have been held by their hand, and then once their career kind of goes downhill, they don't know about the business part of it. They don't know how to get back on track with their music and their career. They don't know how to go out and make things happen. I've seen it a lot. They come to me for help. A lot of the major artists have come to me for help, and I have this conversation with them. Like, now you got to get on top of your game. You got to create more records. You have to work harder. You have to keep control of your publishing. Don't sell your publishing off no matter how tough it gets. That is your guarantee for the future. But now, can you imagine if they were paying artists at least $3 to $4 per stream, right? Per stream. $3 to $4 per stream, like it should be, just like it would be if they were getting album sales, right? If they were on a major label, they'd make probably anywhere from 50 cents to $2 or $3. That's the difference in selling physical records. But if the artists own the records, Spotify should be able to pay the artist at least half of that. If they want to take half, okay. You should at least be able to give them $5 of their record, man. But what you done is you say, okay, the only way you're gonna get, you gotta get 1,000 streams for it to equal to one record sale. That's bullshit. 1,000 streams to equal to one record sale. That's freaking at what? 0.01, 00 point, maybe 0.03 in some cases. That's highway robbery, you guys. I want you to understand what artists are going through. Thank you, Sweet Rain. They make it look like you're getting 50%. Now let me tell you the game. So you see artists on Spotify, right, and iTunes. Now when you download, that's why it's better to download an artist's record. It's okay to stream it. Stream it keeps it popping, keeps it happening. But if you really want that artist to make money, downloads are just like an artist selling a physical album. But they know people are not going to go download it now. Because if you can sit there and listen to a whole album without downloading it, most people are going to go and they're just going to add you to their streaming playlists on iTunes or Spotify, and they're just going to stream it. They're not going to download it. So that's what's fucking the artist out of money. I'm being honest with you, because you have to put that in the playlist and stream it all the time for the artist to make money. So the only way the artist is going to make money is by increasing his or her catalog. The more records they got out, then you offset some of the money you're not getting. But it just takes a whole lot of fucking work to do. And most artists are not going to put in the work to put that many records out. Tyrell said, imagine if psychology, economics, and philosophy was stressed in secondary education, political parties would fall, a lot of business would lose business and less getting over on employees. Yes, it would. But nobody cares. It's the herd mentality, Terrell. It's the herd mentality. We follow what we think is relevant. Thus, this is the problem. Nobody uses their brain for independency. Only time we use our brain for independency when we're young and we tired of our parents telling us shit. Then we use it then. When we meet a girl and we want to hook up, then we use it then. Making all the wrong decisions. We never use our independency properly because we're on herd mentality. Watch. That's what we're doing. It's herd mentality. We do everything everybody else does instead of following what we know our spirit is telling us what we should follow. There's just no way that independent artists should be around here broke. There's no way guys should have to go out here and sell drugs and try to be in the game when they should be able to make at least a minimum wage living off of being an independent artist. There's no reason a major artist who have had hits can't put out independent records and survive. This makes no sense. But it's the bigger corporate companies that are doing this to the artists. And then until the artists come together and fight against that, This is always going to be the problem. The only way to offset it, I've been doing CDs for a long time. It's for artists to sell their physical products directly, direct on demand to their fans. You cut the middleman out. Brother Timothy, hope all is well, brother. And I apologize I didn't get to call you, but I plan on, for sure today, I'm going to call you. I'm in the studio every single day, you guys. If I'm not working on somebody's album, I'm working on finishing my stuff up or a new single I'm going to drop. The only way independent artists are going to offset trying to be successful is you got to, this is a content market. You got to put out content. Because you barely getting paid. We're barely getting paid shit. So how do you offset that? You offset that by putting out tons of records. Put out a lot of records. Keep putting records out. And you keep ownership of your copyright. Keep ownership of your publishing. If you don't own the copyright 100%, it's okay. As long as you can be 50-50 partner in ownership of your copyright and a portion of your publishing or all of it. Yeah, I didn't show my face today. I do that now. Sometimes I show my face, sometimes I don't. Artists, keep ownership of your publishing. I know it seems tough. Baby Love says, Stone, you are a multi-award winning artist, former member of Rick James Stone City Band, member of True Reloaded. You are a musician, singer, songwriter, actor. And thank you, Baby Love. Baby Love, I think we might have to bring you in as a moderator because Baby Love be coming in laying certain facts down. Come on, Baby Love. I'm going to have to add you and Boss Lady because Boss Lady is on the team anyway. I'm going to talk to my other moderators because CC be busy sometimes. That way to give CC and Mystique a break sometimes too if they want to just dip out sometimes, you know, gives them a little break. Boss Lady said, and there's no way once the reach and limit, they cannot get their publishing. Why do artists have to fight for these things? Don't, you know, here's the thing. Boss Lady, Ah, man. They should never have to fight for it. But I'll tell you something, Boss Lady. Thank you, Baby Love. I appreciate you. Boss Lady, it's because the publishing generates so much money. And this is what artists don't understand. Because, see, artists are focused on the stage, the girls. You know, they focus on all the things that don't matter, just being famous. They're not looking at the numbers. They're not looking at what's more valuable. What's more valuable is that publishing. Because with that publishing, if somebody remakes the song, they got to come to who owns the publishing or who controls it. If somebody wants to remake it or use it, they got to go to the publisher who controls it, who administrates it. They can charge whatever they want. They can say $50,000, they can say $100,000. Somebody could say, I want to use that song in a movie. The person that administers the publishing can say, or owns the publishing can say, okay, we don't mind you using it. That's $50,000. Or give us $150,000. You can use that song in your movie. We don't mind. We don't mind at all. Publishing is bloodline money. Understand, everyone. Publishing is your bloodline money. Yak Diesel say, I'm trying to figure out how to take all my stuff down so I can start over from scratch. I learned my lesson. Let me ask you something, Yak Diesel. Why do you want to take it down? I'm just playing the devil's advocate. And I'll tell you why I will and will not take mine down. But why do you want to take it down? Just answer that question. Just playing the devil's advocate, Yak. The money is in the publishing, you guys. Artists, producers, writers, arrangers, managers that manage artists, record labels. If you don't know, which you should know, the money is in the publishing. That's where the money is. If you have a studio, stay in the studio and work. Boss Lady, thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate you. Super chat, I appreciate you, Boss Lady. Stay in the studio, put singles out, put albums out. Put out your physical album. Now, don't get me wrong. Yak Diesel said, I figure I'm not getting any traction. Nothing's going to my BMI, so I figured I need to restructure. Yak, don't take it down. Because you're going to have to, you'll be doing double the work by putting it back up. Now, this is what I'll share with you, Yak. Records that, you know, okay, This is how artists are gonna have to do. You're going to have to start doing physical albums. You're gonna have to start going back to how it used to be back in the day, what we used to do. I still do physical. You gotta start beating the pavement. You gotta start building your fan base up and doing direct sales online to your fans, or getting out there on that corner with your CDs and selling and seeing your money. Now, if you got a fan base, you can do direct sales to your fan base online, right? That's direct. If your fans love you, if people respect you, they're going to buy the album, period, because it's your art. That's the reason the new album I'm dropping is not going to be available for streaming for 6 to 9 months. Now, you don't want to take streaming out the equation. I'm going to tell you why. You just never know when you drop a single that might just do so well that it ends up blowing up, and then you'll have money people coming to you wanting to do some sort of business deal where you still control the narrative, but yet you got money people investing because your single did well. Not only that, you never know when a record of yours can chart. You need that kind of stuff to keep adding to your story, your story that you're building about yourself. You want a record to chart. When records chart on iTunes Top 100, on Billboard, on any chart across the country, it adds to your story as an artist. It looks good. It adds to that resume. You don't want to take that away. By pulling your stuff off of YouTube or Spotify, you take that opportunity away for those records to do that. But if you don't have the records properly registered, they're not going to chart anyway. They need to be properly registered. Now, what I suggest to most artists, if you want traction on your records, promote them. You already own the records, promote them. You got to get online every day and promote your record. There's not a day that should not go by that you're not promoting your record. It's way easier for artists now than it was back in my day. Back in the day of the OGs that were before me, it was harder for us. I used to have to try to get consignment, call stores across the country before I had my distribution deal with my company. Before that, I was signed to a group, and we were signed to Dick Scott Entertainment Management, the New Kids on the Block Management. After that, when I started my own company, it took me a while to get my own distribution. But before I got it, I had to mail CDs off to stores across the USA on consignment. Do you know how hard of work that was? It was strenuous work. It was stressful. I would ship out 25 to 50 CDs sometimes, hoping they would sell. And you got to remember, people in those states didn't know the artists under my company. So I would put all my artists in a van or rent a tour bus, and I would take them out on the road. This is no made up story. And I would take my artists to Arizona, Cali, and different cities to perform. And we would do signings at Sam Goody's and Warehouse. This is what Stone Paxton used to do. Not even to promote my stuff. I was promoting my artists that were signed under my label. I had a recipe of how to move those records. Now with digital, I was on the front end of digital when it started. With digital, it's way easier. If an artist can't sell a record now, then they just ain't putting in the proper work. They're not doing something right, because it's easier to sell records now, even though the market is saturated. If you got good product, people will pay attention. If you got a good marketing plan and you stay in people's face, they will pay attention. Because you got to remember how many artists, you figure you know what, 50 people, how many of those 50 people you know are artists? And then how many of those 50 people are going to work harder than you? That's why I tell people nobody's going to work harder than Stone Paxton. You're not going to outwork me. So as an artist, Yak, you got to be able to work harder than them. This is how you stand out and how you win. You got to be able to work harder than the next person. You got to be willing to be in the studio longer than that next person. You got to be willing to drop more albums than that next person. And start doing your physical albums. Even if you only press up 50, there's people still buying physical. Now, people buying vinyl. Now, I do see a lot of artists that will press up vinyl and think because they got vinyl, now they done something. Don't press up vinyl unless you have a buyer. What do I mean by that? On the business side of things, you don't just press up stuff blindly. If you don't have the fans to buy it and you don't have a store to buy it overseas, do not press it up. You're just wasting money. Because there's some people just press it up to look cool. Like, I got vinyl. I've been doing vinyl. I never pressed it up to be cool. I pressed it up to add to my catalog and to also increase the chances of that record charting. Because y'all want to know the real reason record labels would press vinyl? So that the first week of their record sales, they could dominate and chart. Because if they had the main album out and they have the vinyl out, that would all contribute to that album charting. Do you see how that worked? And so they had the vinyl out, right? They might have the 12-inch, right? And they had the maxi single with like 3 or 4 songs on it. That helps in sales. So every time that vinyl would sell and the maxi single selling, that's boosting the sales numbers up, which is helping the artist break into the charts. That was a reason why they compiled vinyl and CDs together back then, which is why they're doing it again. So when you see Tyrese and other people in the industry doing it, I've been doing vinyl, but that's why they're doing it, because it helps break the artist into the charts, because you got different versions of that same song, increases your chances of that record charting in Billboard, as well as iTunes Top 100 being the new Top 40. So if you break in iTunes Top 100 for 2 weeks, you break into Billboard. Victory, make sure you send me your email. I was waiting for you to come on. Send me your email, your address, Victory, because I never got it, so I can get that vinyl out to you, okay? That's the reason for vinyl. Now, here's the thing about vinyl. Now, vinyl's a little bit different. There's a huge vinyl market, and these people that buy the vinyl are called connoisseurs. The connoisseurs are from overseas. They're Japan and the UK, and all they do is wait. Like, for instance, let's say I have vinyl, my new vinyl that's going to be coming up. I already got buyers. Typically, my vinyl is typically already almost sold out from the time that they announced that my vinyl, Stone Paxton's new two songs on the 45 are coming out. Buyers already purchased their orders already in stores. In stores overseas. They already purchased. They buy it and already have it ready to go to the stores. They purchase early. So when they do vinyl on me, they might do a run of about maybe 100, 120. They sell out. Before they even hit, they've sold out. So you want to have a buyer. You don't just want to do vinyl and not have a buyer. This is what artists don't talk about. Everybody wants to press vinyl and CDs. Where's the buyers at? We need buyers, you guys. We need buyers to buy this stuff. Yes, it's amazing we own our product. It's amazing that we will own and control it. But if you don't have a buyer, then it's kind of like walking backwards in the dark and hoping you don't land in a ditch. You got to have buyers, and you got to constantly, you got your physical side and then your digital side. An artist should be releasing at least 2 to 10 projects a year. There's no reason an independent artist can't. 2 to 10 projects a year. There's no reason an independent artist can't. Tanya said, greetings, Stone, in chat. Gratitude to you. Thank you, Tanya, for sharing it. Yes, Tanya, always. And I appreciate you, Tanya. I don't know if you're a subscriber, but hopefully you will subscribe to my channel out of love. We have great conversations over here. My thing is to shed light on African-American writers, specifically female writers that don't ever get credit. I'm tired of seeing our people get shaded and get things stolen from them. So my thing is to shed light on great songwriters and great producers. It doesn't matter that I'm a producer. I'm going to shed light on those that needs to be shed light on. That's the way it should be. The harder you work, artists, the better position you put yourself in. I'll say it again. The harder you work, artists, the better position you put yourself in. Nobody's going to come and rescue us artists. Nobody. They will only come and rescue you when they feel like you're making a lot of noise. Then they want a piece of the action, or whatever the case may be. If that happens, then guess what? You still end up in a great position, because you can actually write the narrative of how you want to do business with them. But if you're not making any noise, then it's really not that big of a deal, is it? You got to make noise, and you make noise by being consistent. If you hang out in the club every weekend, try hanging out in the studio cutting records. Try dropping one single a month. If you're not the kind that can do multiple records and get them done and drop them, it's okay. Just try dropping 1 song a month and building your catalog, and I promise you, you'll see the difference. We know that there's no money in Spotify like it should in streaming. We know it's a struggle to make money as an artist. So you gotta be smart, and you offset the cost by catalog power. And what do I mean by that? I call it the Walmart theory of music as an artist. The more you put out, the more money you make. Even on an independent level, you might not think so, but you will. Trust and believe what I'm saying. And if you have a half decent fan base, you're going to kick butt. Build what you want in the way that you want. CC said consistency is a big key. My moderator CC says, listen, consistency is the key. The only way you're going to help an independent artist is if you download their album and then you continue to stream it. Those two combinations. And if they have physical albums, please don't be afraid to support them. If you like the music, now I'm not going to force you to support somebody. Like, I do believe in doing your homework, artists. If the artist's music sounds good and you appreciate it, support them. If it don't sound good and you feel like they haven't done their homework, then they have to go back to the drawing board. Because, I mean, we do have to keep it quality, artists. We can't just be throwing anything out there thinking people are supposed to buy it. We do have to do our homework. We have to get in that studio and we have to make sure the quality of that work is inevitable, unquestionable, right? And that it stands out amongst all of the other stuff that we're hearing. Your music should be able to stand out. The music should be able to stand out. If it doesn't, you got to go back to the drawing board. Yeah, it's time. If it doesn't, it's time to go back to the drawing board. It's time to go back to the drawing board because this is not working. You heard what CC said. These are free tips. You know, people come to me and pay me for consulting to have the same conversation. I'm on here Sunday giving tips, conversation based on us talking about Andrea Martin and how she was done as a songwriter. The hits she wrote and how she vanished, how she never got her true kudos as a songwriter, arranger, and how to avoid that happening to you. Dot your I's, cross your T's. Question every piece of paperwork that's given to you. And furthermore, if a person's not sending you your percentages and you're not seeing them immediately, because nowadays when you do a record with somebody, they can send you your percentages right then. So if a person say, hey man, I'll get back with you, man, send the paperwork next week. No. When you finish that song and that song is uploaded the day it's uploaded for release, every person should get a percentage of that record. That you should get an email stating this is your percentage. When I put this compilation out on these rappers, it's going to be that one song I did that other night. I'm going to have 12 rappers on this compilation. Boss Lady said these are gems, not stone. Thank you, Boss Lady. Absolutely. As soon as we're finished recording these records, every person is going to get their percentage that day. They're going to get an email and it's going to break down their percentage and they're going to accept it. And it's going to tell them to log in, accept your percentage, Stone Paxton sent to you. Every artist is going to get their percentage. And that was just a random thing that happened on live. I decided to do. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am releasing that compilation. And there's a few rappers that was on my live, like Yak and some other ones, and Big Dice Chronicles that's going to be on it, as well as some that came off of Instagram that hit me up when they heard the track. It's going to be called Glory. I don't know if Yak came up with that, or Big Dice Chronicles. Somebody gave me that name on the live. Sweet Rain Issue said, dropping straight facts for artists. I will share this video on my, thank you, Sweet Rain. Thank you for sharing. This is what I need you guys to do. Same thing Sweet Rain is doing. Share my live, y'all. It's not going to hurt. Y'all know artists, send the live to the artists. How are we going to educate the artists? How are we going to have the future Michael Jacksons and Prince and artists like that if they don't know how to get in the game the right way? Shrine said, very excited. Oh, Shrine, this is going to be a fun project. You know why? Because it happened live on YouTube. It was manifested live on YouTube. So I'm excited about it. So the artist, I got an artist here in Vegas. I'm going to have him on and I'm going to record him live, record us doing the song. And then the other artists, I'll send them the track and they'll record in their city and they'll send it back to me. Or I might just let them record it there and mix it and just send it back to me. Let them do the whole thing there and send the final version back to me. Sharon said, congratulations on Glory. It's stuck in my head. Yeah, Sharon. What a great name for the compilation. I didn't come up with that. Somebody I can't remember if it was Yak Diesel or Big Dice Chronicles. Somebody came up with the name Glory. I was like, that's a great name. All rappers, but real hip hop stuff though. No, not, I want everybody, all the guys to talk about topics. I'm going to challenge the writers to talk about great topics. But what I'm not going to take away from these guys, listen to what I'm about to say. Every one of these guys will keep the rights to their publishing. I'm not taking their publishing. They will keep their publishing. That's the difference with me. I treat artists fair. I'm not going to take they're going to keep their publishing. I don't want it. That's theirs. I will keep my publishing as a producer, and they will keep theirs as artists, and they will get their mechanical percentages as well. This is the way it should be done. Yeah, it was one of the artists. I just can't remember who said it. Maybe when I come on another live, they'll say who they were. I want to show artists that you can be successful in this business. If we all work together, and I might just press up, who knows, I might just press up a CD for this Glory. I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking about it. I might just press up a CD. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about it. Or maybe do another compilation with the same artist with different tracks and press up a CD. I want to show artists the way that you make a living in a business that's taking from you is to increase the output. Increase your output. The awareness as an artist, increase the songs that you're putting out. Rome wasn't built in a day, but I promise you, if you build this, people will follow. If you build this, your fans will follow. If you build this, people will continue to engage because they will start to relate you to consistency. And then they will relate the consistency to whatever quality they're hearing in the work. Oh, I like this. This is good. This person always puts out great work. Everybody wants to be successful, but a lot of people don't want to put in the work. That's another problem we have. Putting in the work is also learning the business, so you don't get got. Miss Martin, I'm sure there's some things about the business she didn't know, because clearly there's some things she didn't know because they were stealing from her credit. And had she known, she would have been able to put a stop to that. Sweet Rain say you're truly from a different cloth. You're truly cut from a different cloth. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. I talked about you today with did you really, Sweet Rain? Thank you. Yeah. Listen, the only way to combat success is come together. I don't have a problem with, I don't have to be the only person at the table eating. I never have felt that way. I've never been that way. I inspire people every day. I inspire artists, producers, writers every day to focus more on themselves. It's just that most people, you got to remember, you guys, I come from a time where I've always had to focus on Stone Paxton. I've always had to work hard for me. I've never had nobody just give me anything. So I know the first thing I know how to do is work hard for myself because I've always had to do it when there was no digital. But if artists want to win the game of the independent artist game, you're going to have to come together. What's up, Cora? You got to come together. This is how you're going to be able to win, and win. Hit the like button. You heard what Boss Lady say, you guys. Hit that like button. We got to come together, you guys. We have to come together as artists, as producers. When everybody comes together and start working together, you're going to see more successful people than you've ever seen. You're going to see more successful artists than you've ever seen in the history of the music industry. But artists have to come together and they got to start working together. If you can't come together, you're never going to win. You can be over there on that island by yourself. EU, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, family? Come on now, state your business when you come in. What's going on with you? We got to be able to work together. I promise you. Here's a prime example. I put out a compilation. I took it down. I'm going to put it back up. It was called Vegas Hip Hop Hot 7. And I actually shot a documentary with all these artists performing that I was going to put out. And let me tell you why I didn't put the documentary out, you guys. I'm going to tell you why. I still might end up putting it out. EU say world. EU, thank you. I concur with that, EU Fisher. Yes, they do. Absolutely, brother. Thank you for that. I never put this compilation out called Vegas Hip Hop Hot 7 because I put all these artists on the project, spent out of my pocket the time and money to put this project together. And none of these guys, except for one, there was only one guy on this project that promoted. His name was AK. He was only, now that project is no longer up. I'm going to put it back up. I took it down to remaster. I'm going to put it back up. But you guys would not believe that none of these artists posted the compilation on their page, their social media, except for one artist. And it pissed me off. Nobody promoted it on their social media. I'm like, how come you don't believe in yourself enough to go post a project that I took my time to invest in, produce the records, put it out, invest my money in, and none of those artists invested in just posting it on their social media. So you might think artists want to be successful. You might think a lot of these artists really want to win, but a lot of them don't. They will go buy some Nikes before they will promote themselves on their own page, which is free of cost. Costs nothing to get on Facebook, Instagram, and post, here's a new single or a compilation I'm on. Shrine says, so grateful for your vibe and energy. You make the world a better place and give me so many ideas for my people. I wanted to elevate with their create. There we go. Come on. Come on, Shrine. Leanne say this happens to so many. And it's so sad, it needs to be talked about between each other to help each other. If people agree, knowing this is seriously going to affect artists who aren't getting there. I love to help artists, but no, I've made a pact with myself that I will no longer help artists that are no longer wanting to help themselves. If an artist gets with me and I'm like, this is what my cost is, and they're complaining about paying me or paying for hourly studio time, then they're not serious. I'm not even trying to deal with it. I'm like, yeah, you're not serious about this business. So I don't even waste my time. They can keep going by their little Swisher Sweets and rolling their little whatever they rolling and do that shit for the next 10 years until they wake up and go, damn, Stone's on this movie project or Stone's doing this and that. I should have jumped on board when he offered me an opportunity. Most of them don't see. My cousin Ty said most of them don't even know that's a part of their artistry, the social media. They don't even get it, cuzzo. Listen, I have artists complain, my rates are not cheap as a producer, right? They're not cheap as a producer, but if an artist say, listen, I'm on a tight budget, Mr. Stone, I'm like, cool, let's work it out. Then what I do is I shift that to an hourly studio time for them, and then I prorate and say, okay, give me this much down, and we go hourly. I got you, right? If we doing a 10-song album, if they doing one song, I'm like, you got to pay me what I get paid. This is what I get paid a record. But most of those artists are not serious. So I only have respect for artists that are serious. The ones that say, listen, Brother Stone, I like your sound. I want that sound. I respect those artists say, listen, I'm not wanting nothing for free. Let's go. Those are the artists that get my respect. Not only that, they get extra stuff from me. Shrine said, and my creativity has gained momentum since I have been watching and learning. Thanks, Shrine. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Victory, you would not even imagine. These artists are so lazy and cheap. They'll, like I said, the new Nikes or Yeezys come out. They run right and go get the $300, $400, $500 shoes. You tell them to put into themselves, they don't. And then let's go deeper. Once again, if I tell them, listen, the compilation gonna be out next week. I need y'all to start promoting it on your page. Promote that you have a song on that compilation. They don't even see why they need to go do it. This is what I mean about working together. I promise you, artists that are listening, young and old, if you work together, you will win. If you work together with somebody that has got their shit together and is really making moves and trying to make moves for independent artists, you will win. I'm telling you, it's an easier way to win. If you think you're gonna go do something in a business you know nothing about and you still haven't figured the business out, you're not gonna win. Yak say, I'd rather spend my money making music sound incredible than in exactly. Come on, Yak. and working with the right, because there are the right and wrong people to work with. There's people in the industry to work with that's going to make things smoother and make you reach that goal even faster. But most of the artists are so tainted with whatever bullshit they done seen on TV or read that when right people come, they don't consider it the right person, but they end up working with the wrong people. And they don't, and 2 years from now, they're in the same position. So I always tell an artist, I say, what position are you in now? Do you want to know what success is? I say, what position are you in right now? Look where you're at now. And a year from now, if you're doing more than you were doing and you're not in that same position, you're making way in the business that you want to make way in. You've had a song chart. You might have received a plaque on the charts, stuff like that. You got a plaque, your record's been charted, your streaming numbers have went up, right? Your fan base is interacting. That means you're making way. You're successful. It's working. So when you see it working, now you got to do more of that. Boss Lady said it's like hitting these hearts. Let's hit these hearts, you guys. It helps Stone by hitting these hearts. Thank you. It's free. Exactly. You heard what Boss Lady said. It's like hitting these hearts. It costs you nothing to hit these hearts to keep boosting my algorithm up, the information I share. Because you're not consulting with me. I'm giving this game away for free. Victor say, yes, you're right about it, Stone, and teaching them, the young people, the discipline these days. Yeah. I don't ask artists for much. I usually just ask them, show up. Let's cut a record. Like this compilation. We're going to do this compilation. Let's go. But I'll show you guys something. When I release this hip hop compilation called Glory, let's see how many of the artists I put on this compilation. And I think I might do some paperwork to tell everybody, here's a strict rule. You can't be on my compilation if you're not going to promote. If you're not going to promote this project, then I don't even want you on this compilation. That's probably what I'm going to say to everybody. Because what I'm tired of doing is I'm tired of doing projects with people and they don't promote. Victor says showing up is the discipline. We got to be in it to win it. Yes. And you got to promote. Because if I'm the only person talking about the compilation, then how I can sell it with my people. But why am I going to promote what I gave to you for free? I gave you a free opportunity to be on a project. You feel what I'm saying? So this compilation, Glory, to me is going to be an incredible compilation, you guys. Glory is going to be an incredible compilation. I'm telling you, I already know. It's going to be an incredible compilation. It's going to be an incredible compilation, y'all. But I am going to tell every artist is going to be on this compilation. Rappers, if you want to be on it, try and thank you. I'm going to say if you want to be on it, you got to promote, you guys. When you come on this compilation, you got to promote. You got to promote on your page. I'm talking about I want you to post it every day. Because what's the point if we don't? Check me out on this compilation, my single. 12 artists, same track. Who does it best? Go support it. The concept is super crazy amazing. But they're going to have to promote. It's the only way I'm going to mess with any artist. Because I'm not doing this for me. I'm actually doing this because Cash is like, Stone, let me go now. I'm like, I'm not going to let one cat get on the track. Other than that, you can just go ahead and pay that, give me that $8,000, to get on that track. But if I'm going to put cats on the track and let everybody get on the same track, everybody needs to promote because nobody's paying me to do this. I'm doing it because I want to help all my genuine hip hop heads that want to keep hip hop alive. Yak say, I'll make sure I stay in tune with you the entire time. We do. Yeah, Yak. I'm going to be sending the track out, Yak. I'm going to try to send it out to everybody today. That's what my plans are before the day is over with. Because I want to go ahead and start getting this going. I want to try to release this within the next 2 weeks. If I can get everybody to finish their stuff, because what I'm going to want is for everybody to do it and they just mix it wherever you at and send it to me. You already have it mixed, send it. If you ain't got it mastered, that's cool. Send it to me, I'll master it. But record it, get it done, and send it back to me. Sweet Rain said it makes sense that everyone promotes it. Yeah, Sweet Rain, you would be surprised how many don't promote though. I start thinking, are they ashamed? Why would you not want to promote a project you on? It's like, are you ashamed of, it's you. You're on the project. Tanya said, I've subscribed and I love your channel. We're sick and tired of our legends and artists getting done this way. It's sad and it hurts. Andrea Martin was done wrong. Yes. By the way, song playing. Oh, thank you. That song is called Happy People, Tanya. You can add me to Spotify. You can go to iTunes and download it if you'd love to. It'd be nice. If not, add me to your playlist on Spotify. Stone Paxton. And I appreciate you, Tanya. Yeah, it's time for people to speak up more. But a lot of times, if people are not educated about the business, when they speak up, they're scared they're not going to make sense. Sweet Rain say, I promoted a project that I'm not even on. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, it's time. It's like we need to be telling the story of our community and our history of our people. If we allow the stories to get swept under the rug, where are these historical writers and producers and artists gonna be the next 40 years and 50 years? Nobody will be talking about them. If I don't leave a blueprint, Tanya, think about Black history, music history, or just historical history of Black. If we don't leave a blueprint, because it takes everybody to leave a blueprint, then what is there to study? If there's not a video left talking about what we've done in history as writers and artists and producers, or in our history and politics, then the story can be changed and written whatever way the powers that be want to change it and write it. So we got to be the ones speaking about this, because if we don't, it's not going to get spoken. Nobody's going to speak about it. Nobody. So it's our job to do that. And that is what I am doing today. And I will continue to do this. And I appreciate my brother Chill, who he always takes the time. He sends me cool stuff in case I missed stuff. If it's not him, it'll be Mystique. If it's not Mystique, it's CC. If it's not that, it's some people offline. Some people said, just Stone, talk about this, or I got something to share with you. And if I think this is a compelling story and something that I feel like that people haven't talked about, then I share the story. But I seem to find some pretty good ones. But Brother Chill be fine. Brother Chill will he'll pull a trick out of his bag. William Johnson, he'll just pull something out. I'm like, bro, wow, okay, interesting. Let's do that. We got to. It is the future of the history of everything. Just like you see them archiving history in the history books, like you see the Library of Congress keeping little things that's pertinent to the history of America. Every culture has to keep a book, a log of things that are pertinent to their history. African Americans have to keep their history in check. And the only way we do that is to discuss those people that have given to the history of Black music, given to the history of Black politics and community, changes in the Black community that Black people have helped, inventors, whatever it takes. It's our job to keep that, because ain't nobody going to keep our history alive. Shit. Nobody's going to keep our history alive. If we don't do it, no one's going to do it. That's what I'm here for. And I just happen to be in the music industry. And I just happen to be an artist, producer, writer, arranger. I just happen to be someone that can give opportunity to artists. And I don't take advantage of that. I really, really work on being that person that can continuously give opportunity. But think about what I'm about to say. I don't ever have to help nobody. I want everybody on my live to understand that. I could be selfish, focus on Stone Paxton, put out my albums, never help no artist, never help nobody. Never accept, even when people want to book me to produce, I can say, no, I'm cool, man, I'm not interested. But I don't do that. I don't close my doors. I keep my doors open. Because who knows who I might touch? Who knows whose life I might come in and change by just helping them get to that next level. And that might be the person down the road that turns around and Stone needs help from. That same person I put in a position to get somewhere might be the person that I could possibly need in the future. This is why it's important when you're in a position to help people to help them. You know how many billionaires I knew growing up, right? No joke. This is no joke. This is a crazy story. Let me read what Victory said and I'll tell you. Victory said, we have to continue to educate our people about it every day, not just once a year, every single day, Victory. Boss Lady said, we are all grown and Stone is willing to help give time to artists in these artistries. So when you come in and hit the like and share the link to help him, to help others. Thank you, Boss Lady. Thank you so much for that, Boss Lady. Thank you so much. I've known billionaires through the years. Tons of them, and still know a lot of them. And you know what they've said to me? I remember when I was younger and I could have used help, you know, with studio time and money and stuff like that, right? Didn't have a lot of equipment, you know what I'm saying? Still trying to piece things together as a young guy, and 13, 14, 15. I knew millionaires and billionaires back then, right? That knew that I was talented before I had some of the major deals I had. And they would talk about how great and talented I was, but not one of them took it upon themselves to say, Stone, here you go. Here go 5,000. Here's 10. Here's 50. Here's 100. I believe in your talents. But you know what they did? When things got tough later on and a lot of that money they had, they lost. You know what they said to me? Man, I wish I had invested in you when you were younger. Stone, I wish I had. And I go, why tell me that now? It's too late. You're not in that position anymore. You're not that executive at that label anymore. You don't have the money you had before. Don't wait to help an artist after they become successful. Work with them now. If an artist is incredible, and by the way, I'll tell you another thing I've seen. I have seen very untalented artists, and there's artists on here that'll be able to relate to what I'm about to say. They're gonna laugh when I say it. I have seen millionaires invest money in artists that were whack. I mean, whack. And it's confused the hell out of me. And they'll come to me and go, hey, Stone, I got this artist, man. What you think? Now, y'all know I can't hate on the artist, right? So I can't say, bro, that artist is horrible. So I've never been able to say that. So I say, oh, congrats. I need a track from you. Yeah, okay. But I'm like, so you're investing in this art? Yeah, man, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. Billboard tours. And I've been like, this artist is horrible. Thinking in my head, but I never told that money person. I just been like, how do you tell a person that they just discovered somebody that's just, that for what it's worth? But had he asked me, do you think this artist has what it takes for me to make the $200,000 I spent back? I would have said, hell no. Victory, I have seen this on a regular basis. I ain't even kidding you not. And I've even said to myself, damn, does he not see me? I've been like, wait a minute, why didn't he just come to me and say, Stone, you're an established artist, man, you sell records, you got people booking you all across the world. How can I be a business partner, invest in you and make money back? They don't even, it's like they're oblivious. Like they're totally lost in reality. And they go on and they work with these artists and don't make a dime and lose everything and basically end up taking care of the artist, never making a dime, nor never making way at all. And then they call me years later telling me how they messed up. I just don't know what to say. What do you say when you go through that? What do you say? Come on, y'all. What are you saying? You know what I'm saying, Cuzzo? Cuzzo say the ones with all the money never know what they're investing in when it comes to the fabric at all, bro. And I be trying, Victory say blindsided. And I usually try to say, like, give hints, like, bro, like, you want to invest in? I got some artists you can invest in. Now, I've said that. Hey, listen, I got some artists you want to invest in. Because if I'm an investor, let me tell you something. If I'm going to invest, let's say I'm sitting back on 30 billion. If I'm going to invest, I am going to invest in an artist who's out there busting their butt already. They've already built a fan base. They already have records out. They're already selling records. They're engaging. They got a fan base. The social media popping. I see them working. That's where I'm going to invest my money. That seems to be common sense, right? Like investors don't go invest in building new properties or buildings or businesses that they don't think is not going to work. They do their They're researching the area, the marketplace. They do the research on the traffic that runs through that area. Then they go get the land and they say, this is going to work. We got 2 million people that drive through this area. So if we buy this land and we put up these commercial buildings, we can rent it out and we're going to make a lot of money on renting it to businesses. They do their homework. Why is it that investors never, especially the ones that end up finding artists, they end up taking care of the artists, buying them clothes, paying their apartments. These artists smoke weed, get jewelry, buy tennis shoes, buy cars. An album never comes out, an investor never makes money. And then after that, the investor's tainted. And real artists might come along and then that investor is tainted, so they don't want to take a chance on no. I've seen this shit over and over and over again. Ty said, wow, y'all think corporate modern hip hop is trash today. Think about, yeah, exactly. Because they don't care. They just want a piece of the pie because, oh, you're right. They just want a piece of the pie. They're not thinking about the big deal. But then they don't want the real conscious hip hop. But they want the ratchet trap stuff that they feel like is going to make even more money, which, by the way, is not a bad business move, but it's just a bad strategy for the black community to put that out there. Boss Lady said, ultimate dum-dum. Boss Lady, listen, I got a notebook full of investors that I've dealt with through the years that have done that. Like, for real. Like, honestly, they just thought they was going to make 100 million with a whack artist or a label full of artists that was whack. And I tell them, if you're already spending a whole bunch of money and you don't have a finished product, you're already upside down with your business already. I tell them you're already upside down with your business already. If you're already going into investing in an artist and the artist is telling you all this crazy shit they need and it has nothing to do with music, you're already upside down in the game as an investor. Because you haven't even made a dime and the artist is already telling you how they need to be taken care of 100%. And you still got to take care of them and pay for studio time, find a producer. Then you got to find a distributor, and then you got to market. It's just so much shit that goes into it. Ty said, did you see that new Source Hip Hop Cypher? Oh, man, no, I didn't. I'm going to have to check it out now, cuzzo. So artists, producers, the way to success is getting with each other, getting with somebody that is on top of their shit, and working with them, jumping on as many compilations as you can, as many projects as you can to keep your name out there. Let me share something with you artists and producers. You guys remember when Snoop was making his transition with Death Row? He was on all kinds of compilations with independent artists. He was jumping on, people were asking him, he was jumping on as many features as he could get on. He was keeping his name relevant. Ty Dude's cousin say, prepare to cry because, I can't wait to see it now. This is nuts, bro. I can't. Okay, send the link to my phone, cuzzo, when you get a chance. I want you guys to understand, this is the state that we're in. And in order to change that state in the black community, you got to start getting with people in the industry that are really willing to work together with you. You can be as successful as you want to be if you make the proper moves. This is about chess. It's not about checkers. The music industry is purely chess moves. And just because you don't know somebody don't mean they ain't successful. Just because you might not know a person that walks in front of you and you think they can't help you, you'd never know. I can name tons of Mexican artists you've never heard of and they've sold gold records in their community. This is what I'm talking about. A lot of people will judge you if they see you. They'll think, oh, that person can't help me. Work together. Make it a community thing, and you get further working as a community than you do as an individual. Leanne said, if there's no real true message in music and the beat isn't unique, it's on through the creator of it. It's not gonna make it. Collaboration is the key, and protecting your collaboration is definitely the key. Features, collaborations, because here's the thing. If I didn't know this business right now at my age, right? If I didn't know this business at my age, And I was just, because I know guys my age just now trying to break in the music industry. So I try not to discourage them. I just tell them, bro, you know, you're going to have to spend some money now. Now, music doesn't have an age on it, but you're going to have to spend some money to market because you're older now. You got to get yourself out there. You got to get yourself out there, but you need to get in the studio and work. And then most of the guys don't understand the logistics of work. The younger ones barely understand it. But everybody want to be in the music industry. I don't get it. Why do you want to be in the industry? So that's a question I ask artists when they come to me for help. I say, why do you want to be in the music industry? What's your reason? What's your reason? What is it that you want to do in the music industry that you feel like is going to be groundbreaking and that you're going to make a difference and help other people? What is it? And I never really get a clear answer. I never get a real clear answer. I never get a real answer. I'm just telling you guys, I want you to ask, when you guys know independent artists, everybody on this live, Yak, ask some of your homeboys, artists, cats that you know are artists, ask them, what is their reason for really wanting to be an artist? And you'll be surprised what they don't say and what they won't say at all. Yak said, I think a lot of people thought it was going to be easy to do till they find out it ain't. Yeah, this shit definitely ain't easy. I got 43 years in this? And I ain't going to sit back and make it like it's roses. Which is why I feel insulted when a lot of artists think it's easy what I do. Or I'll meet people, right? Yak, I'll meet people and I'll say, Yak, I know you got answers. I'll meet people and they'll start talking about artistry and they'll say, oh, what do you do? If they don't know me, I say, I'm an artist. Oh, my boyfriend's an artist or my husband's an artist, just like you. Or they'll find out what I do, right? Or who I am. They say, oh, my boyfriend's just like you. Do you know how insulting that is? Or my boyfriend's an artist. No, your boyfriend is nothing fucking like me. Your boyfriend has not paid dues like me. Stop putting, I hate people that put, this is why I say people, look, they don't really take this shit serious. If you got a person that thinks it's that easy to relate somebody, put somebody in the same category as me, after all these years I done worked to get to where I'm at. And so usually when they say it, I laugh. I go, oh, your boyfriend like me, huh? Yeah, that's music just like you. I said, nah, your boyfriend ain't nothing like me. Your husband, trust me. How long your husband been in the business? Oh, he does music too. I said, just because he does music doesn't mean he's like me, sweetheart. Sweet Rain said, I think that's how people see it. The cars, a house, and travel. Yep, that's what they think. Do I travel? Yeah. Is there nice cars that come in? Yeah, it does. There are beautiful women that come in around this game? Yes, it does. But that's not what this business is about. It's the business of music. It's about really trying to make a change with the music that you put out, trying to touch people through the design of the music that you create. Because if you can create some music that outlasts how long you live and people are still listening to it when you're gone, then you have done your job. Axel, what's up, family? Blessings and love to you too, Axel. Did I say that right? Actually? Axel, is it actually? Is it Axel? Or is it actually? Or is it Axel? I hope I'm saying it right. Actually.